Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading. I'm late, so this is for the week of the 6th to the 12th, maybe when you're seeing this. So I'm gonna dive straight into it and see what's going on for you guys. The initial H and number 3 are gonna be significant for you this week, Gemini. All right, for Gemini, please. Ooh. You can see me calculating the messages and what Spirit's trying to say. I'm very expressive in my face. Weird things are happening, and I'm gonna tell you now, I'm getting a really big breeze as I'm saying is the veil feels very thin recently. So those who are very empathic and spiritual, especially if you already kind of deal with some, I'm getting cold. Yeah, there's something around me. This is where I'm saying the veil is very thin, and today the cards have kind of been moving themselves and kind of happy coincidences have been happening. That's kind of showing me more messages, so it's good. But I did have someone tapping me last night and it woke me up and I was really scared. And I was like, I bet if it's 3 a.m. it's definitely like a ghost or something. And I looked at the clock and it was 3:01, so yeah, it was 3 a.m. Locking as soon as that veil lifts. Anyway, I'm gonna carry on with your message. It's just weird because a card just slid off of one of the other decks and it's the death card. So huge changes coming through. I actually feel like this is going to give you a lot of motivation. Someone, if you have anyone past in spirit, I don't usually do this, but I'm brushing my hair. Some of you, this could be a coping mechanism. I feel like I'm doing it to soothe myself, but some of you could feel someone touching your hair. Anyway, we're not going to bring that into the readings. For any of you who notice, I don't really like paranormal things. It's happened to me a lot, and I've had some very scary experiences, which is why I don't like it. So anyway, some of you have a pet or a pet in spirit. Anyway, so huge changes and transformations are coming through to you. It has a lot to do with yourself. It has a lot to do with your ambitions and your career and your purpose in life. So if you're feeling a bit stuck and lost, which I am feeling like you are, the initial K is coming through now. You have fork in the road, which is coming in, and this is that energy feeling stuck. What do I do? What do I do moving forward? And I think you've been stuck for either a while, or you kind of are not being able to move forward because of something here, because you actually have no idea where to go. So with that being said, I think you're being guided somewhere. It kind of feels like you may not feel 100% about taking this route or doing something, whether it's just going with the flow, because we have this energy of the by the book card, which is maybe some sort of you could be doing some sort of degree or education here. It kind of feels like there's a little bit of resistance, but Spirit's trust me. I'm going to take you somewhere where it's going to feel a lot better than what you're feeling now, because as you can see, this is kind of feeling, if you imagine it, there's all these trees everywhere. You kind of can't see beyond your current perspective. You can't see beyond your current state. You're finding it very difficult to navigate yourself. I feel like there's a bit of claustrophobia, but more in the sense of your situation. When you feel stuck, it can really bring in some very difficult emotions. And I always say, if you're struggling with things like depression and anxiety, of course, I'm not a psychologist, so again, I'm only speaking from experience. Just a quick disclaimer there. It's always, or in my experience, it seems to always be because of I feel stuck in where I am at, and I know that this is not the right thing for me to do. So the fact that I'm here, the fact that I'm stuck is actually making my life very miserable, and feelings like depression and stuff start to creep in, and some anxiety. So if you are currently experiencing those things, then maybe it's time to consider maybe some changes in your life. These can be anything from small changes to big changes. So follow something. If something is making you unhappy visibly and you're noticing this, we need to cut that out, shut that down. That may not be the root of your issue, but it is going to give you that relief from those emotions and help you see things clearer. And sometimes this is where I feel like maybe this is what you're doing with the by the book. This is a very amateur energy is what they're saying, which is kind of feeling like you don't know what you're doing, but you're just following the lead. You're following something else. And this feels like spirit, or you could be going into some sort of education or a new beginning where you're having to learn new things. I always see us, whenever this card comes out, with a little elephant. We're kind of being guided from by people who know the roads, who know where they're going, people who have some wisdom, who have some experience. So some of you guys, this could be a mentor, a teacher, or some kind. So take it how it is. I feel like you've been feeling quite lost. You've done a lot of the journey by yourself. You maybe raised yourself, made some decisions by yourself. I'm getting an energy of like you guys definitely were called wise, and you're so wise for your age. Here you heard that a lot. It's because you did. You did go through a lot of stuff, so you are wise. But I kind of feel like you're going through it. Yeah, you might have to go backwards to go forwards, or it seems like you're going backwards, because I think for a lot of you, you've kind of progressed in a certain way. You've dedicated yourself to a certain path, and it's like, this has led me to a dead end. No, it may look like you're going backwards, but you've learned something where you went. But now you're having to change something because there's something greater for you. Because then we have all that glitters, which is kind of about revealing something. All right, something wasn't as it seemed. The mask is coming off. Maybe something that you were doing felt like something that you wanted, but then you changed. So then your path changed. But you had to go through that to be able to change. Do you see what I mean? Nothing is ever like, you never take the wrong route. It can definitely seem like it, but we learn something, and that feels like you've learned something about yourself. And this is actually then leading towards going the distance, achieving your dreams, achieving your goals. This card is very fast moving, as you can see. It's very quick. All right, so you're going through the stagnant period and you're feeling like your life is stuck and losing a lot of motivation. This is something that you're going to gain back, but it's sometimes just by allowing someone else to guide us, allowing ourselves to be led by people, or allowing ourselves to go back to the book, or go by the book, go by certain rules, go by certain things that you already know works, or other people know works, so that you can find yourself, find the truth, become clearer on what it is that you need. And I think you can't get this by yourself. So some of you, this could even just be Googling some things. Of course, not exactly that, but it could be like courses. It could be watching certain videos online that's going to teach you some things, or, you can resonate with some things and it can help guide you. The reason why I'm saying it kind of looks like it's going backwards is because it looks like it. I think you've got a lot of things pointing in a lot of different directions, but we do have two pointing this way, which is where the owl is. So that's our intuition is guiding us somewhere towards certain people who can help you. So accept help at this time. It's going to reveal a lot to you about yourself and also about your journey. Then we have that death card, which I am just going to show you briefly of a card on top of that. Did slip off for me to see that, so it's very clear that there's a lot of changes and transformations going on in your life, but this is a good thing. This is leading you, if you're wanting to be this motivated, ambitious, goal achieving person, and this is really good. If you're wanting your life to speed up, if you're wanting to achieve those goals and you've been feeling stuck, then this is a good thing ultimately, but we're having to do something very uncomfortable first. The number 2 is coming through now, so maybe that's a date or a time or something. Maybe it's 2 people, or it's a good number for you. It is a thing of collaboration, the number 2. So I think you're kind of gonna have to do something outside your comfort zone, and really something that you're like this really pains me to do, but it's better than being stuck. So anyway, right, let's see. For Gemini, let's get an overall energy for the week for them. Really good for your finances. How incredible. This was actually the card that slipped off of the death card. So you have the 2 of Wands. So looking into the future. Again, this is kind of reaching its peak. I think you felt stuck in a situation that may have been like comfortable, or it looked good on the surface, but this is where all that glitters comes in, is that not all that glitters is gold, as they say. We're looking deeper than that. And I think you're understanding that maybe you got good finances or something looks stable, but when you got there you realize that this isn't aligned to my purpose. Like, this doesn't make me feel good. It should make me feel good, and I should enjoy it here. And maybe you're comparing yourself to others, saying, oh, my life is a lot better than others, or in some ways I shouldn't complain about what I have. The reason why you feel stuck again is because your soul is wanting something different. Like we said before, there is a change that needs to happen. And in this case, it's kind of about expanding. This is looking beyond your comfort zone. As you can see, this guy, the story behind the 2 of Wands is this guy here has kind of like achieved a lot. He's kind of built this land for himself, is in this amazing home, but it's kind of like, okay, what else is out there for me? And he is expanding his horizon. So you guys could be looking at some travel, looking to expand a current company, or your role in a company, or a relationship, or just your life in general, where it's going. Some of you could end up going on a bit of a retreat or a travel. I'm hearing an expedition. But anyways, you're looking beyond for a reason, because your soul knows more about your life than what you consciously know. It's kind of your subconscious is like, you're made for a lot more than this. So don't settle. There's a reason why you feel stuck where you are at. And it's not because you're being ungrateful, Gemini. It's because something is more out there for you. Look at this. It's kind of like your inner child and your soul's calling here. High Priestess, subconscious mind, Page of Cups is that inner child. It's that emotional need and necessity. Something is really wanting you to call it for what it is. So yeah, Piscean energy, okay? It's about being very intuitive at this time. You might be receiving an offer here, getting some advice from someone. Throat chakra there. Clarify the High Priestess and Page of Cups. Could be a family member or someone that you have a family with. This is actually kind of pushing you towards the Ten of Pentacles, by the way. So this could be like a home or a family situation. Finances, of course, like a windfall coming through for you. Maybe that's what your soul knows you're able to achieve. So it's like, hello, Gemini, remember your goal. Some of you may have forgotten your goal. Maybe you've been, people pleasing a little bit too much here. And this is what you're uncovering is like, I did this because someone else wanted me to do this. But ultimately, if I want this out of life, I'm not going to get it where I'm at. I'm not going to get it through what I'm doing. And your subconscious mind is like, inner child, hello. What is it that we really wanted? What is it that we really want? Because you still want it. All right. Some of you could be having children. As I'm saying that, we have the Empress here. Or you have children here, and there's just a little bit of sadness around it. I'm not going to lie. Five of Cups, this is just saying like what has been spilled can be resolved. So if you're dealing with some difficult news here, I think this can be resolved, so don't worry about it too much. Everything's going to be okay, and I feel like I have to say that. So I think you're just worried. I think you're in either you or someone else is very heavily in their emotions, and it's becoming very like a sensitive topic, or it's just a little bit scary, or but this is saying you can really push through. All right, let's talk about this All That Glitters card, please. This like unveiling the truth, or this clarity coming through. The Sun is all about clarity as well, but this is good. This is really kind of finding something, being very clear on something. Now your focus can really be on something. Oh my God. For a lot of you, you're going to be getting a new opportunity. You're going to find a new path, and this is really something that's going to make you feel very happy. This is where the sun is shining. This could be a location if you're deciding to move, because Ace of Pentacles can be that. If it's a financial decision, a financial investment, or a financial windfall coming your way, then again, this is really good news for you. This is something that you did not see coming. A new career path that you did not see coming. Like you would, if you really looked at your life before this came in anyways, you would have looked at your life and been like, I would just never think that this is where I'm going to end up. But this is really good. This is something that makes you happy. This is something that's going to allow you to let go of everything you've been holding on to. You've been very strong, Gemini. You've been doing something because you felt like you had to, but you're realizing you don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to hold on to that anymore. Things don't have to be so difficult. So let me have the go the distance. Let's clarify that. This is really funny. We have the Chariot, so you really are going a distance. You could be traveling, okay? Could be living or moving abroad. Like, I just get this, you're in this very balanced energy where things start to look good for you. You're getting some good news. The Sun, the Ace of Pentacles, it could just be clarity, and you're now knowing what to focus on. All right, because your intuition is finally speaking to you, or at least you're finally listening. This is a big change for you. But the go the distance is fueled by the Chariot, so a lot of fast momentum, and this is chasing your dreams and actually discovering what that is, and whatever it is, you are going to get it, because you can see here you're going to be reaching that goal and then some. That cheetah doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon, so expect goals after goals to be achieved. A lot of happiness coming into your life. I'm looking at the by the book card, and you do have the star card, which is about healing, but this is also the 11th house, so networking, okay, which has a lot of oh, look, it is the card of 11 as well. So you guys could be finding yourself in a new social group, having new friends or a new environment, you know, with new people. The star card, this is going to help you uncover yourself in some way, and I think this is what it is. Some of you could be making new friends, and you're like, you realize that what they're doing is like, actually, I think I would love to do that. Like, it just sounds really good, and for some reason it just feels amazing. And by the way, you're the Chariot and the Star now, so yeah, you're going to achieve it. And there are some people around you that's going to help you with this. The star card could just be inner healing that's actually helping you to uncover these things about yourself, because as you can see, the star card is about vulnerability. She's undressing herself. She's cleansing herself. So you guys are really removing some things that have been causing some issues. You're no longer listening to the advice of others or people pleasing. You're accepting. Because I feel like some people have created some resistance in your life, and maybe you're the person that's like, okay, like, let me just do what this person says to make it easier for the both of us. You're understanding that you're not going to do things that way, and you wish these people were on board with what you have to say, or you're reaching a point where you just have to give up in some way. And that's what the Five of Swords is about. You're doing something for yourself. It might put you in a position of falling out with some people or feeling at a loss with some people, but you're doing it for yourself. Yeah, fork in the road is being clarified by the Seven of Cups. So the cards are really speaking here. There is some, again, that mask is coming through again. I think you looked at things through someone else's eyes. Whether that means that sometimes it can be to do with, you know, doing what your parent wants you to do. You're wearing the mask of your parent, looking at life in the way of your parent. Just be aware of your perspective, because it might not really be yours. It might be seeing something the way that you think you should be seeing it, or how someone else is telling you to see it. It's like you're not looking at the options the way that you should. Because when you look at them clearly, I think you're going to know exactly what you need to do, because your intuition has been telling you, or at least your inner self is kind of like giving you an option here that's very different from the ones that you've been given. And that's why you've been stuck in something, not knowing what to do, because the options in front of you are not acceptable for you. And intuitively you feel that. That's why you've been stuck in the same place, doing the same thing, because you're like, all the other things around me just don't look good for me. I don't really want to do that. So this Page of Cups is different from the Seven of Cups. And again, it seems to be internal. Some of you, this could be like your teenage years, or like, because we then have the Knight of Cups there, which is slightly more mature than the Page of Cups. All right. Either way, you're choosing the right decision because you're looking at it from a different perspective, and not one of confusion, not one of other people's perspectives. You're really taking that time out, meeting new people, which is going to help you find your perspective, where you want to go, and this is going to create a lot of forward movement. We have family sorrow and reconciliation. So some of you, this could be, again, family here who may have felt very upset with your decisions, or there may have been a falling out in the family. The pineapple is saying reconciliation, so there is going to be forgiveness in this. Beware of great pride. This could be someone else, but this could be you. Just be aware of saying things that we might regret later, okay? Anything else? Yes, someone will try and make you do something against your will. Aquarius had this as well. I think you're going to move beyond that. We have February, which is really funny, because that is the month we're doing it for. But it just feels like if we have to upset people, we are going to reconcile with them later. So again, don't burn a bridge unless you want to. But if people are trying to stop you from doing something, don't allow them to dictate your decisions, because this is your future that we're talking about here. And if you've been feeling stuck, you're going to always feel that way if you're looking at life through the same lens. I always say, only take advice from the mouth of someone who is where you want to be, or you can learn something from where they are in their life, not just what they say. They can be very wise with their talking, but if they're not taking action on it either, then do you want to really do this? You want to go by the advice of someone who is an inspiration to you. So if you're being dictated to, and I'm going to say it with that word, you're being dictated to by somebody here who is not like, I bit my teeth then, who is not like doing well in their career, but they're trying to tell you about your career and what decisions you should make. It's kind of like, it's contradictory, like it's kind of like hypocritical, not contradictory. I mean, maybe both. It's in a sense of like, why would I listen to you? And I think you're understanding that now. And this is what's creating a balance with the scales. Keep your life in balance here. And we have cobweb. This says protection, or being protected from negative forces beyond your control. So this is good. I think this, when you're in alignment, then you're in alignment to yourself and to the universe. And this is what's going to help balance things out for you, okay? My angels, I'm going to pull you an animal spirit card as well to see what's coming out for you here for Gemini. Think on your feet. And this is kind of like an independent energy coming through, kind of about kind of throwing yourself into something and learning as you're going and adapting as you're going as well. Fox spirit is very strategic, very intelligent, by the way. So you are very wise, very cunning, very strategic and analytical. And these are good skills that you can use along your path. I think this is about being more in a logical standpoint. Okay, because I think you're very good at adapting. So yeah, I like this energy, okay? All right, Gemini, I love you guys. I wish you all the best. I will see you guys next time, hopefully. If you'd like a personal reading, then those are linked on my website down below. Only sold on my website, okay? Pay attention to people who might reach out to you on behalf of me. They are not me, okay? I would never do that, so just pay attention to it. But I hope to see you guys there. If not, I will see you guys next time, okay?